Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I would like to go over on how to farm the western Plaguelands. And I'm a Prot Paladin, I'm a level 55, and what you guys can see is basically my gear is not that great. Some very standard gear that I'm wearing, nothing really special, but one in particular that you're going to see right here is the Griddle of Appraisal. It drops from a quest, it's a quest reward from the Burning Steps or Searing Gorge, Ledger from Daenerys. Is an essential part in essentially being able to do Paladin AoE grinding. Now, for my talents, what you will see is that I have Divine Intellect, a Spiritual Focus, just everything to get into consecration to manage my mana effectively. What you'll see for protection, I'm going here for Blessing of Sanctuary really more than anything else, and also doing some dungeon grinding, tanking, etc., because it significantly reduces my damage. You will see that I don't have my Righteous Shield Wither in my talents, and for that reason is because it's too expensive for only 4 ticks of DPS. And my Retribution is also just spec'd into Seal of Command, essentially just to do some damage to a single target if I really need to finish them off. So we're going to go through the Western Plaguelands, and in here it is going to be in this area right over here. And so we're taking now a ride to the area to grind some undead mobs. Now, what you will find here is there's 2 types of pools. We're about to do the non-ambitious pool, and I will demonstrate the ambitious pool up next. So the non-ambitious pool involves typically having 5 to 6 adds. And here what you see is that we have essentially when you aggro about 5 of them, you have to lay the consecration down, and then immediately you Seal of Light on them on one specific add, and you judge them with it, and then you use a Seal of Wisdom, which grants you mana. So you keep alternating the seals while keeping the consecration up at all times in order to be able to conserve yourself mana or health depending on what you actually need. And so here I'm spinning it up just a little bit so that we can actually see what these guys are dropping. Typically, their loot table includes a lot of weapons, a lot of equipable gear because they're undead / humanoid. I believe those are the 2 types, and they drop tons and tops of cloth. So what we're about to do here is we're about to start a ambitious pull. So this involves having up to 11 adds on you at a single time as a Prot Pally. Mind you, this is not easily done because you have to constantly, be taking damage unlike mages. And so over here, for ambitious pulls, I recommend that you bring some grenades with you in order to stun them to mitigate the damage. And once you get lulled during ambitious pulls, you actually want to use the rune cloth, the heavy rune cloth bandages while you bubble. And so that actually, first of all, you break off or even because you're farming a rune cloth, and each of these adds will drop about 2 to 3 of these per ad. And on top of that, you're also getting good reputation with Argent Dawn. So especially if you're leveling as a paladin, this would be a great way to level and farm to do that. And so there you saw a quick stab drop, and so we're about to heal up and get some mana right before the next pull. So here, what you're seeing is that we're doing the non-ambitious pool. So once again, we typically want to judge the slavering ghouls first, and essentially down them first because they put this nasty dot on you. And so there in the distance, you could see a mage was AoE farming as well. This is a great spot. He's a level 60. Oh, and he just died. So that's, I guess, the beauty of doing this as a paladin is because these guys can put some nasty debuffs on you, and paladins can endure through direct damage. So here we see as we're cleaning up some of these guys, we just saw a green bow drop, which will render for about 2 gold. And here we're doing another ambitious pull. So again, it's anywhere up to 11 adds. And again, I'm level 55. I am a little bit ahead of them. And here I do use a grenade because this is a harder pull. It is for me. Essentially, we just gotta wear him down. And again, you know, just using alternating bubbles between Blessing of Protection and the Divine Shield, you just bubble and it essentially will correct mitigate your damage. Now all of that, while you're fighting them, you will notice some extra damage on these guys from that belt that we talked about. I think it is personally crucial in order to be able to do farms like this. That is for the second heavy pull. Now, one last thing that I do want to mention here as well is that you see here a couple of true silver ore deposits, mithril ore depositing every now and then. So that essentially is additional material that you can collect while farming here, just if you're killing these mobs. Aside for that, you guys, thank you so much for joining the channel and watching my video. Please like it and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you here more.